People are always concerned about just the tan part. Harmful effects of UV rays are beyond that. The majority issue what we have seen is premature aging. Wrinkles, fine lines, skin damages. Another thing what we have seen is like sunburn. Beyond the pain of sunburn, layers of skin are getting damaged. Major problem here is it adds up, it builds up. So if you are going out in sun one day, 1 week, 2 weeks, it won't show you harmful effects immediately. The cumulative exposure to long-term sun, it will show you after years or months. UV clothing is something which protects you from harmful UV rays. India's first sunscreen jacket was launched by Blue Tyga. We are super proud to say that we are protecting more than 4 lakh people.
Welcome to the Meri Saheli podcast, where we discuss insightful conversations about lifestyle, health and innovation. I am हीरल दुबे और आज हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं एक ऐसे टॉपिक के बारे में जो हम सबको अफेक्ट करता है, बट उसके बारे में हम ज़्यादा कुछ सोचते नहीं हैं। आज हम बात करने वाले हैं सन प्रोटेक्शन के बारे में। बहुत सारे मिथ्स हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे। जब भी हम सन प्रोटेक्शन की बात करते हैं तो आई एम श्योर आपके दिमाग में सबसे पहले तो आता होगा सनस्क्रीन। बट हियर्स द गेम चेंजर। मार्केट में एक ऐसा अवेलेबल प्रोडक्ट है जो हमें सन प्रोटेक्शन देता है, बट इट्स नॉट अ सनस्क्रीन, इट्स बियॉन्ड दैट, जो कि है UPF 50+ क्लोथिंग, जिसमें आते हैं जैकेट्स, बलकलावा एंड मेनी मोर प्रोडक्ट्स। और ये प्रोडक्ट्स हमारे तक लाए हैं ब्लू टाइगा। और आज हमारे साथ है ब्लू टाइगा के फाउंडर एंड डायरेक्टर मिस्टर निहाल। Let's welcome him on the show. Welcome to the show, Nihaal.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
Amazing.
Great.
But not going to be amazing because summers are on the top and बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी होने वाली है ऐसा, क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर ही कितनी गर्मी थी। सो पीपल आर लाइक ये साल तो पूरा टेम्परेचर इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी हाई एंड लोगों का स्किन डैमेज भी बहुत ज़्यादा होगा एंड सन रेज बहुत ज़्यादा हार्मफुल होंगे ऑन द स्किन। तो what are the things that we can use as normal people to protect अपने आप को from sun?
Yeah, so considering upcoming summer, this is going to be like, even worse than last time.
Okay.
So just like getting hydrated, just like using sunscreen lotions, we need to use more UV clothing also. Sunscreen clothing as we call it.
Okay.
So when you go out, like it's a good summer, right? You need to enjoy you need to roam around, run errands, you need to
Enjoy your holidays.
Yeah, it's a summer.
Correct.
Like you need to go out. So for that particular thing, beyond getting hydrated and using sunscreen lotions, UV clothing, also known as sunscreen clothing, वो भी बहुत important है. Okay, so it can be clothing, hats, gloves, so many things. So we need to use all of these products for taking care of our skin during the summer.
Okay,
Yeah.
which is a very interesting part because India always thinks like sunscreen is the only thing that protects you from sun.
Yeah.
But ऐसा नहीं है. Like you mentioned a lot of products. Can you just elaborate कि ये products क्या है? ये कौन सा आपने बोला जैसे हम jackets, hats and all use कर सकते हैं.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Sure. So UV clothing is something which protects you from harmful UV rays. The major purpose of that is to protect you from 98%. If it is UPF 50 clothing, it protects you from 98% of harmful UV rays. So beyond using sunscreen on your skin, which is you are directly protecting your skin, sunscreen clothing is a shield over your skin which protects you from harmful rays.
Okay.
Yeah. So it can be in the silhouettes or templates of t-shirt, jacket, hats, pants, everything.
So it's not just like a boring pair of clothing. It is also interesting. It's like a jacket.
Correct.
So people can just also style it and they can go out.
Correct.
And also protect themselves. तो अपने आप को बचा भी रहे हैं और stylish भी दिख रहे हैं.
Correct.
So that's a nice thing, right?
Yeah. So basically, like, whenever we want to use this particular product, like, we are focusing it in a format of jacket. So you can easily get in, get out.
Yeah.
So like, whenever you want to do, so whatever you wear daily is within inside, like the shirt or the bottom what you're wearing. It is
और उसके ऊपर से एक protection.
हाँ बिल्कुल. So protection भी आएगा ये wear करने के बाद. So jacket, whenever you are going out, you can wear this jacket. Whenever you are getting inside, you can get rid of this jacket. So you can use in such a way.
तो बहुत easy है.
Yeah. Convenient is priority. Like, for us in our brand, we think about comfort, convenient. Then we think about like, fashion or whatever.
सो जैसे आपने प्रोडक्ट्स के एक्सप्लेनेशन तो दे दिए, बट विद दैट यू आर ऑल्सो द फाउंडर ऑफ ब्लू टाइगा,
Yeah.
which makes these products.
Yeah.
So you're already into the industry. तो this is a very innovative product. ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा innovative है because ऐसा कोई भी product market में है नहीं, ठीक है? So इसकी जो journey है उसके बारे में हमें बताइए.
Sure, sure. So Blue Tiger, we focus on comfort. We exist to eliminate discomforts in everyday clothing. So by seeing the problems, we exist to solve, like, what are the discomforts, what are the inconvenience issues, what are the problems. So it wasn't like we want to start UV clothing, but we found a problem which nobody else was solving. Everybody was running behind fashion, aesthetic. अब अभी क्या ट्रेंड आ रही है, कलर्स क्या आ रही है, सब कुछ. So we were focusing on problems, right? We were obsessed with problems, identifying that, solving that, सब कुछ. So we found this problem that, like, one day I was in Bangalore in a tech park waiting for my friend. So I saw this lady in two-wheeler car parking. She was completely layered with so many layers of clothes,
Correct.
and she was wearing a blouse which was stretched up to her biceps. So I was seeing that she does that for sun protection, right? Which looks very inconvenient and uncomfortable.
It does.
Right. So that moment stuck in my mind. Like, I kept thinking about that, and it took her almost 2 to 3 minutes to get rid of this, to get out of this all clothes, gloves, and everything. So that was stuck in my mind. Then after getting back to the office, we had a discussion, internal discussion with my design team, with my R&D team. We were having these technologies, sun protection, odor control, so on. So we had a discussion, but what we used to think, sun protection clothing, UPF 50 clothing, sunscreen clothing, was only meant for elite athletes like hikers, golfers, like so on, right? Whoever does, like, fishing and everything. So we thought that it was only meant for them. So that moment changed our perspective that it should be accessible for everybody. So we are also getting exposed, right? Just like them, we are also getting exposed to sun, and, like, when we go to our office for daily commutes, when we run our errands, when we roam around, we are also getting exposed to the sun. So that moment changed our perspective. We started thinking that we want to make the sun protection accessible to everybody. Okay, so that's how we come up with Sunscreen Jacket. India's first sunscreen jacket was launched by Blue Tyga.
Oh, lovely.
And we are super proud to say that we are protecting more than 4 lakh people from sun, like harmful UV rays in India.
So that's like a very innovative product, क्योंकि ये बहुत मेजर इशू रहा है लोगों का, and they take this skin color का band till here, black color, and everybody जो बाइक चला रहे हैं, स्कूटी चला रहे हैं, उनको पता है उनका हाथ पूरी टाइम exposed है.
Correct.
They need something, कुछ तो उन्हें चाहिए, और उसमें बहुत स्वेट भी आता है.
Correct.
वेरी अनकंफर्टेबल.
Correct.
तो बहुत ही अच्छा प्रोडक्ट, एंड बहुत ही लवली इसके पीछे का आइडिया है.
Yeah.
And I love that you are the first one doing it.
Correct.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. So we have launched it in India. So UV clothing isn't very new. वो है, globally it is everywhere in.
पहले से ही था.
Yeah. So UV clothing isn't something new. It is there in countries like Australia, New Zealand. It is very common in some parts of Australia because of the weather or harmful UV rays there. But all of them were meant for those countries, their demography, their lifestyle, their weather. So how we changed it is we thought about Indian problems. इधर क्या हो रही है? क्या problems है? So we focused on those issues and we basically Indianized it. You understand? So
Customized it for Indians.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Indian weather, keeping in Indian weather in mind, Indian demography, our lifestyle, everything. So, for example, if you use regular UV clothing in India, it's gonna be very, very horrible. Why I'm telling you? Breathability is very important here because of the humid weather, right? You're gonna sweat a lot. You're gonna hustle. Like, it's gonna be very tough for us. So what we have done is UV protection, uske saath breathability bhi. These are two polarized things, right? So that is what we have cracked. It is breathable, yet protects you from 98% of harmful rays.
क्योंकि लोग क्या सोचते हैं,
Hmm.
अगर प्रोटेक्शन चाहिए ना तो एकदम चिपका हुआ रहेगा
Yeah.
एंड उसमें से पूरा स्वेट निकलेगा, बट वील स्टिल प्रोटेक्ट आवर सेल्फ. बट ये तो बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो रही है.
Correct.
हवा भी आ रही है और अपने को लग भी नहीं रहा.
Exactly. That's what we have cracked. Or we have got certain comments also from customers that it is breathable. Then how it can be protecting you from. So that is what we have cracked. So we have made it breathable to make you feel more comfortable and everything. Along with that, even though it is breathable, there is a chance of sweating.
Obviously.
आएगा भी,
Yeah.
है ना? It is very.
It is not. ये क्या मतलब स्वेट रोकना थोड़ी ना है. It's going to be.
So little bit sweat. It depends on person to person.
Yes.
Can happen. For that particular thing, what we have done, another functionality is moisture wicking. So moisture wicking happens it wicks your sweat or whatever and evaporates faster, which actually gives you a good feeling comparing to other normal products as like cotton or any other fabrics. This will be the wicking rate will be much faster. Okay. So when the wicking happens, where the sweat is controlled, there is a chance of odor, right? So if it is a jacket, when you are using for 2-3 days, it can get stink.
Yes,
right?
It will actually.
It will.
Yes.
So we did a technology for odor control by using zinc for controlling the odor and everything. So basically, along with breathability, odor control, moisture wicking, we made the UV clothing for India. Right? So that's how we have launched UV clothing or sunscreen clothing in India.
अच्छा, तो मतलब बहुत सारे जो इश्यूज हैं, जैसे फर्स्ट यूवी, देन ब्रीदेबिलिटी, देन आल्सो द ओडर, सब कुछ एक ही ब्रांड में.
Correct.
So बहुत ही डिफरेंट है.
So it is complete Indianized version of UV clothing. And we are the first one who launched sunscreen clothing for India.
How?
Yeah. And then you can see that we are the bestseller on Amazon in this category.
In India.
Exactly. So considering the data and numbers from all these marketplaces and everything, we are the India's #1 UV clothing brand in India. Yeah.
So basically जब हम सन की बात करते हैं तो हम नॉर्मली ट्राई करते हैं कि SPF 50 हमारे फेस पे लगाएं, एंड धीरे धीरे हमने देखा साल बाय साल ये बढ़ता गया, SPF 20, 30, 40, 50. तो पीपल आर एक्सपेक्टिंग 60, 70. बट ये जो जैकेट है ये भी एक SPF 50 टाइप ही हमारे लिए वर्क करने वाला है.
So actually SPF is different, UPF is different. SPF is actually for lotion, sunscreen creams and everything, right? So once you apply on your skin, it protects you directly once it is applied, right? So UPF is for clothing. So UPF means ultraviolet protection factor. So if it is UPF 50, it protects you from 98%. It is a rating. So there is UPF 30 like SPF 30. There is UPF 20 like SPF 20. So there are there. So the difference is the UPF clothing is more of like a shield over your skin. Right? It protects you from the harmful UV rays.
Correct. Directly.
Correct. So that is the difference. So taking into consideration of both SPF and UPF, so you know that you always have a friend who is tired of reapplying, or you yourself must
2-3 hours.
Yeah. Every 2-3 hours we need to reapply. And considering the weather here, humid weather, and plus once we get wet or something, it is very inconvenient, right? We need to reapply every day.
Yeah, correct.
No matter where we are, we need to reapply. So the better part about UPF clothing is that it is permanent. You don't need to reapply. Imagine about a beach day. So if you are enjoying a good beach day, beach vacation, you need to reapply sunscreen lotion every 1 hour, 2 hours.
और नॉर्मल लोग तो हाथ पे लोशन लगाते भी नहीं है बार बार.
Correct.
They only focus face.
Exactly.
But हाथ भी important है. Then घर जाके पता चलता है कि हाथ तो 5 शेड नीचे आ गया.
Exactly. So no, exactly. Nobody cares about the stuff, the parts, just the face thing. I don't know why.
और लेते भी है तो फिर SPF 20, 30
Correct.
कर देते हैं.
They are using the same for not SPF 20, 50 for face, S20, 30 for body. Yeah, that is something because of the less awareness about the harmful effects. So when you are on a beach vacation or beach day, so you need to reapply if it is sunscreen lotion, right? Or cream. So in UPF clothing, it is permanent. Once you wear that, you're gonna get that protection. So just like similar SPF 30, UPF 50, right? So UPF 50 blocks 98%. So as per the testing standard, which is from an internationally recognized labs, 98% is for UPF 50, which is excellent protection.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is the difference between UPF and SPF.
Okay, so मतलब ये cloth and application में creams का difference है.
Correct. So SPF is for creams, lotions and everything. UPF is for clothes.
Yeah, because बहुत सारे लोगों को पता ही नहीं था
Yeah,
कि UPF क्या होता है.
exactly.
तो I think जो भी हमारा podcast देखेंगे मेरी सहेली का, उन्हें ये extra information मिलेगी.
Exactly.
And
But-
ये awareness ज़्यादा है नहीं बाहर.
Yeah. We need to let people know what is the difference, how does it work, what are the benefits, etc.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. तो now we understand कि UPF होता क्या है. बट अभी बेसिक इंडियन मेंटालिटी की बात करूँ तो लोग ये सोचते हैं कि अगर हम फुल स्लीव पहन के बाहर निकल जाएंगे तो भी सन से तो बच ही जाएंगे. तो हम फिर इसमें एक प्रॉपर जैकेट क्यों खरीदें, है ना, जब ऑलरेडी एक लेयर है. सो व्हाट विल बी द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द UPF plus 50+ जैकेट एंड अ नॉर्मल पेयर ऑफ क्लोथिंग?
Correct. So that's what we are trying to replace, right? So before the sunscreen clothing or sunscreen jacket, what we have seen is for getting protection from sun, people are wearing hoodies, thick hoodies, jackets, leather jackets. People are wearing normal cotton gloves. So piece of a fabric, wrapping themselves with layers of clothes. So those were the things we have seen to which they were using for sun protection, right? So we are trying to replace that with actual sunscreen clothing. So this UPF is a technology which protects you from harmful UV rays, right? So this is specially treated yarns or fabrics for sun protection. So it doesn't mean that I want to break that myth that it doesn't mean that if it is much heavier, like, much thicker, it doesn't mean that it gives you proper protection always.
मतलब ज्यादा मोटा ज्यादा प्रोटेक्शन है.
That is a misconception. It is not always like that. It can be some particular fabric, it can be. So we are trying here to change. Like, if we wear a thick hoodie or thick jacket, it's going to be very difficult in this humid weather, this hot weather, right? So we made a lightweight jacket which is breathable, which has Odour Control, which has a cool touch functionality to wear in this weather. So actually the thing is, here the harmful effects of UV rays, right? Beyond tan, people are always concerned about just the tan part, right? Getting tanned. So harmful effects of UV rays are beyond that, right? So for example, the awareness in India is hugely underestimated. It is still undiscussed, the harmful effects of UV rays beyond tan. So with, like, the major problem here is it adds up, it builds up. So if you are going out in sun one day, 1 week, 2 weeks, it won't show you harmful effects immediately. It builds up the cumulative exposure to long-term sun. So it will show you after years or months, right? This sun damage.
Exactly.
So the majority issue what we have seen is premature aging, right? Wrinkles, fine lines, skin damages. Another thing what we have seen is like sunburn. Beyond the pain of sunburn, your layers of skin are getting damaged.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Yeah, there are patches.
Correct. So there are long-term issues, more long-term issues, like, when you are exposed to sun for long-term. So I think that in India, we need more awareness on that. So if you take countries like Australia, it is a national priority. You know why? So data says that in Australia, when the Australians get age of 70, 2 out of 3 are getting some form of skin cancer.
Okay.
So they even have government campaigns for people to create awareness about sun damages. They even have a campaign. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It is, I think, if I'm right, I think it is slip, slop, slap. So slip into a shirt, then slop was slop on sunscreen, slip on a cap, I think. Yeah. So they have this campaign. They are creating more awareness. So it is very common there.
क्योंकि ये important है.
Yeah. So Australia it's much more severe, the UV rays, because of the ozone hole, the region and everything. So in India also, it is getting worse, right? The UV rays and everything. So we want to create awareness about this problem among public. What are the harmful effects beyond tanning? So tanning, everybody knows. Everybody's
So सिर्फ
careful of-
tanning नहीं है.
Yeah. So it is even beyond that. So in long-term exposure accumulates, builds up, then there is like the problems happen, sun damages, wrinkles and so on. Yeah.
जो बहुत later on आपको पता चलती है और कुछ cases में बहुत severely जल्दी से पता चलती है.
Correct.
तो it
is a
depends.
process. Yeah. It is not an immediate result, like, the harmful effects and everything. It shows you later. Yeah.
But मेरे दिमाग में एक और क्वेश्चन आ रहा है कि अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल एज ए कस्टमर मैंने जैकेट लिया फ्रॉम ब्लू टाइगर,
Yeah.
तो मेरे को क्या मिल रहा है उसमें? UPF 50+.
Correct.
मेरा पूरा कवर हो गया.
Correct.
बट मेरे दिमाग में ये क्वेश्चन आएगा कि क्या ऐसे वॉश करने के बाद वो निकल जाएगा? क्योंकि SPF तो निकल जाता है. SPF 2 घंटे में निकल रहा है.
Yeah.
तो क्या ये ऐसा एक प्रोडक्ट है जो परमानेंट है, एक बार लिया तो देन यू आर good to go?
Very good question. So let me put in this way. So UPF clothing, there are two things. So there are products which the UPF factor, the protection washes away after 5 to 10 washes, right? So there are products which is inherent property of the fabric. So the technology is infused into the yarn itself before making the fabric.
Okay.
So at Blue Tyga, in our sunscreen jacket, it is forever. So it doesn't washes away.
It does not.
It stays forever. So we need to be more careful while purchasing UV clothing or sunscreen clothing. That is it like forever the protection, or is it like, after 10-15 washes the protection goes away?
Goes up.
So what we have done is we infuse this technology with the yarn, and like we made fabric out of that so that the protection is there. Yeah.
Okay. तो मतलब अगर मैंने ब्लू टाइगर से लिया तो it's not going to go away.
Yeah. So the UPF. So what we do is like we do test every batch of our fabrics. So we follow ASTM standard, which is the American standard for UPF 50. So we rigorously test and make sure that it is having that UPF 50. Even recently, we had to reject so many tons of fabric because it didn't meet the UPF 50.
It was not very collaborative.
So when we give this commitment and when we communicate this, we need to be very careful.
तो बहुत important हो.
Yeah, the SOP, system, test, lab, and we make sure that the test is done in the internationally recognized labs such as Intertech, TechSgeek, as such. Yeah.
So the priority is also the quality and
Correct.
the commitment.
Correct. So what we are offering, we need to make sure that it is getting delivered.
So अभी तक मैंने समझ लिया कि कितने सारे benefits मुझे मिलेंगे.
Yeah.
But as a normal person, I want to look stylish. मैं अगर वो buy कर रही हूँ तो it should look nice on me. So does it meet the stylish part as well?
Yeah.
क्या ये stylish है for normal people, and what is the available option?
So Blue Tyga as a brand, it is comfort first, right? So the 3 layers of our, like, whenever we launch a product, we make sure that like the first thing is like, is it actually comfortable? Second thing is the convenience, right? Like, is it baggable? Can we put it in a bag and carry around? Is it wrinkle free and stuff like that? So the third thing comes the aesthetic and the appearance, right? So yes, we do consider the aesthetic appearance and like, how it looks. Is it stylish? We make sure about that. So let me connect this with a recent customer interaction. So there was this customer, a lady, and they came and asked us for a UPF gown. So she was going for a beach vacation. So she was asking, I cannot wear this jacket, right? Like, which is not convenient for my beach vacation. So can you make a gown for us? Like, which covers her entire body. It has UPF 50 protection, so she can enjoy and still have good pictures and like, look good in clothes.
And is also breathable.
Correct. So we are thinking about that also. We want to blend function and fashion. So especially for our upcoming collection for women category, we are having more new launches coming, which meets both fashion and function together.
Okay.
Yeah, and plus like, one more thing is like people are, women especially are more careful about the face also for the sun protection, right? Beyond the helmet. Even though they wear helmet, they are asking for one more layer of protection. So along with the sunscreen jacket version 1, we have a version 2, which has a hoodie. When you zip up, your entire face is covered.
Okay.
Yeah, so your hair, face, everything is
and
covered.
You can see through it.
Yeah, there is space for your eyes, like, for the vision, there'll be space and everything. So there'll be room enough, like, to see outside. So that is one thing. And whoever is not comfortable in the hoodie, we have a product called Sunscreen Balaclava. So it is more of like a balaclava, like which completely covers your face, which protects you from UV rays. And plus it is same as our jacket. It is Odour Control, wrinkle-resistant. What we have seen is like, the balaclavas or face skinnies as they call it. Sometimes it is not functional. So when we use once or twice without washing, there are chances of reaction on your skin, which can cause acne, pimples, and stuff. So protecting you from that, we have done a antimicrobial finish on that fabric
Okay.
to kill the bacteria.
Oh, so then you don't have that reaction on your face.
Correct. Because the bacteria growth can affect your skin, right? So in this balaclava, we have done this antimicrobial growth.
Okay.
Finish, not the
Do you guys have color options?
Yeah, we have a few colors in the same product. So we focus on neon orange. We have
Okay. More
so-
stylish.
correct. But still, I'll tell you, like our 70% of sales happens in one single color, which is dark navy.
Okay, the dark navy.
Yeah. So whenever we do test, dark navy gives you more UPF protection. So then we realize that color can also affect the UPF factor.
Acha, okay.
Correct.
The more darker it is.
So there are so many myths. So we all always think that black is more hotter. Right?
Yeah, and absorb karta hai zyada.
Correct.
वो, हाँ.
Correct. So, but when we tested all these colors, when we spoke to experts, R&D and stuff, we realized that this dark navy is having more UPF protection.
Acha, okay.
Yeah.
So there is also a myth breaker here.
Correct. So we always think that white is much cooler, black is much hotter.
Yes.
So it is very subjective actually. It's not that it is wrong, but it
हर
is very
जगह ऐसा
subjective.
नहीं है.
Correct.
So, what is the vision for Blue Tyga? What do you see in this brand? कुछ नए products, कुछ नया amazing आने वाला है या what is your long-term vision for this?
So we exist to solve everyday discomforts, right? So with regarding to UV clothing, we want to make it as a everyday essential, right? So just like how you go out in rain, you always use a rain jacket or an umbrella, right? When you go out in a rain or something. So during winter, you use winter jacket, thermals and everything. But nobody ever, I haven't seen anybody using sun protective clothing for summer. So why there is no specific products for summer is one question. So we want to normalize the UV clothing, sunscreen clothing in India. So apart from the jacket which we are selling right now, so jacket is something which we designed to make sure that it is super convenient to put in and put out, like get in and get out. So we want to make sure that it is getting normalized. It is an essential part of our everyday lives, and we want to infuse these functionalities to your daily wear. So for the kurta what you are wearing, the shirt I'm wearing, the pants I'm wearing, or the cap I'm wearing, we want to infuse UV clothing, UPF factor to every clothing.
Which style?
So we want to infuse these functionalities to your everyday clothing.
Yes.
So you don't consider this as a separate gear. It is all the clothing which you wear normally.
It should blend in.
Correct. So it is the new functionality which comes with it. Yeah. So we want to normalize it here. So now we are reaching customers through marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, and our own website too. So in our website, we do interact with customers more to understand. So one of our product, one customer have requested us for, how can I protect my face and head, along with this jacket. That's how we come up with version 2 of our sunscreen jacket, which comes up with a hoodie, zipper, which covers the entire face. Yeah, so that's how we have launched. So we do interact with customers a lot because they give us both positive and constructive comments. So we want to listen to that, understand, improve more because it is an opportunity for us to improve, right?
Correct. And to innovate more.
Correct. So we keep interacting with our customers, which is very important for us to come up with what are the problems. We are always seeking what are the problems which you are facing and we exist to solve that.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's a lovely plan.
Yeah. Thank you.
So one of the biggest thing as a conception लोगों के दिमाग में ये है कि समर्स के टाइम पे धूप लगती है तो जैकेट डाल लेंगे बट विंटर्स के टाइम पे भी तो धूप आती है ना एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे तो आती ही है तो उधर कितना ज्यादा हार्मफुल रहता है सन और उधर भी कितनी जरूरत है ये चीज की
Correct. So there is a misconception that sun or UV rays are only there during summer.
Or is more harmful, na?
Yeah. So it is not there only during summer. It is there in all seasons, right? It is not, the UV rays are not taking a vacation or break, right? It is there. So we have seen so many customers are asking the same question. So what we have seen among them is they don't use proper sun protection during monsoon or winter. So even if it rains, even if it is snowing, UV rays are there. And there can be reflection also from sand, snow. The reflection of UV rays can also happen.
Correct.
So what we need to understand is UV rays are there, no matter monsoon, winter, summer, it is there. So we need to use proper sun protection during winter also, monsoon also. For example, let's say you went to Manali or Kashmir for a vacation. Very pleasant weather, December, it is snowing, it is very cold. If you don't use, try it in this way. Don't use sunscreen. A beautiful day, you went to the mountain where the sun exposure or UV exposure will be even more. You can notice tan.
Okay.
You can
will
notice
still
that your
notice
skin damage is there.
that.
You can see that the skin is getting irritated.
So it's simple. Sun है तो tanning आएगा. चाहे
Correct.
वो winter हो या summer हो, it's going to be there.
No matter what, you need to use the sun protection for all seasons.
So it's very important.
It is very super important. That is something which no
Should not be neglected.
correct. People are avoiding sunscreen during winter or monsoon. Like you need either sunscreen or sun protection clothing. You need to use either any one of them.
Correct. But when you talk about this, जब आप इस चीज के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, तो विंटर के लिए आप क्या प्रोडक्ट्स यूज कर रहे हैं? सेम जो समर में यूज कर रहे थे या कुछ और यूज करना है?
So one thing is for winter specific sunscreen jackets are in our design stage. Like the R&D is going on. Meanwhile, 3 months back we have launched a product called AC jacket.
AC jacket.
Yeah, it is anti-AC jacket. So why we made that is we have seen so many fights in corporate office spaces, right? For the AC remote.
Correct. We have.
Right. And if it is centralized AC,
you can't do much about it.
Yeah, HR is getting so many mails that she needs 18, he needs 24. Like we call it as AC war.
Yes.
It happens in offices.
Yeah, Cold War.
Yeah. Even the couples, what I have noticed among couples are one guy, him needs 18.
Yeah, and the other
She needs 23. Then it happens, right? To make that comfortable, to solve that particular problem, we have come up with anti-AC jacket. It is a very super thin jacket which gives you protection from AC cold. Similarly to when you wear a bulk jacket or a puffy jacket. So we made the same puffy jacket ka insulation property, the protection from AC with very thin fabric. It is our technology. It is a heat trap technology.
Okay.
Plus the better part is it is very convenient to carry. It is baggable in this size.
In this size.
This size. So not just offices, when you are on a train, flight, any journey, you can just zip off, take the jacket and use the product. Yeah.
But not only in AC, I think even for Maharashtrian people who are from the proper Maharashtra, they like going to Lonavala and they like going to very mild, cool places where they just want to wear a normal jacket.
Yes.
So that AC jacket can work there as well.
Yeah, for temperature of 19 to 20, 17 to 20, we prefer this. But this is not a complete winter jacket, what we have right now.
Yes.
We are coming up with a new product for winter.
Yes.
But this product is for majorly for in-house AC temperature.
AC temperature. Yeah. Okay, so this targets more over there.
Correct. Now, this problem statement here was warmth without bulk. So it doesn't mean that the insulation or the warmth will be more when you wear a heavy thick jacket.
Correct.
The technology what we have is proving it wrong.
So it's lovely. Then we also have this problem solved by you.
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Nihaal. I must say कि जो भी innovations आपने किए हैं is going to bring a very big change in the future and is already bringing. तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा बड़ी बात है to get some product like this. इसके बारे में इतने बड़े देश में awareness फैलाना भी एक बहुत ही अलग segment है जब बहुत अच्छे से tap कर रहे हो. So thank you कि आपने अपनी expertise हमारे viewers, हमारे listeners से share की and I'm sure उन्हें भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा understanding हुई होगी and they are also going to check out your page right now. Yes.
Please.
Subscribe to our Meri Saheli podcast channel and also hit the bell icon so that you get daily updates about our posts. Also, follow Blue Tyga for updates and also exclusive offers. Share your thoughts, tag us on social media, and also drop in your comments about explaining how you protect yourself from the sun.